Bonjour. Hello. So I am here today because I've had a request, and that makes me really happy that I got a request. And that was for me to go over some more irregular verbs, to make some videos about irregular verbs. So I thought about it and I decided on a verb for today. And that verb is the verb prendre. Prendre. So you know what that means? Prendre means to take. It can also mean to have, but that's if you're eating food. Like if you're at a cafe and you say, I'll have a Coke, please, then you would use the verb prendre, or you could. Okay, that's one of the ways you could do it. So the way I'm going to introduce this verb to you today is by telling you the present tense conjugation, and then I'm going to give you an example in the present tense. I'm also going to talk to you about the passé composé form of this verb, and I'll give you an example in the passé composé. And I'm also going to tell you about using prendre in the imperfect tense. So that's the descriptive past, and I'll give you an example for sure. Now, if you want to see the conjugation written, and if you want to see the examples written, then just come over to learnfrenchwithjennifer.com and you can see it all there because I'm going to put a post up. All right, so here we go. The present tense conjugation of the verb prendre. Je prends, tu prends, il, elle, on prend, nous prenons, vous prenez, ils prennent. So it is important for you to come over to the website and have a look at the spelling of all of those different forms of the conjugation, because there are some letters that are not pronounced, but they're really important when you're writing. Okay, so an example in the present tense with the verb prendre. Tu prends le petit déjeuner à quelle heure? Tu prends le petit déjeuner à quelle heure? Tu prends. Remember, I said it means you take, but if you're talking about food, it can also mean that you have. So when I say tu prends le petit déjeuner, it means you're having breakfast. À quelle heure? At what time? What time do you have breakfast? Voilà. So now I told you I would talk to you about using prendre in the passé composé. First thing you need to know is that the helping verb or the auxiliary verb is avoir, okay, as it is with most verbs. So you use avoir as helping verb, and the past participle of prendre is irregular. The past participle is pris, and so it's spelled P-R-I-S. Here's an example of how to use prendre in the passé composé. J'ai pris un taxi pour aller à l'aéroport. J'ai pris un taxi pour aller à l'aéroport. So, j'ai pris, I took, a taxi pour aller à l'aéroport, to go to the airport. Last but not least, let me talk to you about using prendre in the imperfect. Now remember, the imperfect is different than the passé composé. Passé composé, you're talking about the past, something that specifically happened, it had a beginning, it had an ending, it's over with. That's the passé composé. I use the imperfect to talk about something that used to happen on an habitual basis or to describe something in the past. Okay, so the verb prendre in the imperfect, here is your example. Quand j'étais petite, je prenais toujours le bus pour aller à l'école. Quand j'étais petite, when I was little, and I say petite because I am a woman, so I'm feminine, and that means I have to put an E on the adjective. Quand j'étais petite, je prenais toujours le bus pour aller à l'école. I always took the bus, pour aller, in order to go à l'école, to school. So voila, there you have your irregular verb prendre, and I hope that this lesson has been helpful to you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. I'd really love it. And you can follow me on Facebook at Love Learning French. And for sure, come over to the website, learnfrenchwithjennifer.com, to look at the spellings of all of those different forms of prendre and the conjugation. D'accord. Au revoir. Merci. Bonne journée.